Welcome back to Zero Assist. Adam here, got another lineup builder for you today where I'm going to be building my Specialist Limited team and my Underdog Limited team. If you do like this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Zero yet, there is a link in the description if you did wish to do that to get a free limited card and 13 common cards. Okay, let's get straight stuck in then, starting with, as always, the Specialist League team. So the requirements this week is a minimum of 2 players with an average of 40 or below in the last 15 games, maximum 1 player with an average of 60 or above in the last 15, and a maximum of 2 players allowed from the same team. So let's click into here then. I'll start with the goalkeepers as I always do, and what my general tactic is at the moment is to pick a solid goalkeeper where possible in the goalkeeper slot. This is because some of the low end scoring goalkeepers that have got an average of below 40 in the last 15 generally don't keep clean sheets, so generally they're going to get a poor score. So what I want really from a goalkeeper is for them to get a clean sheet and a 60 or plus, which is what you want generally anyway for your goalkeepers. Then I'm going to use obviously the 40 or below player in one of the other slots I've got available, because there's always a chance that a player could potentially nick a goal or an assist, and that's going to get him a decent score for your SO5 team. Okay then, so as always I'm just going to head over to the lineup builder on SoRareData just to look at some odds for some of the players that I've got available. I'm obviously going to keep in mind that I do need some players as well for the rest of my limited teams, so I will be bearing that in mind as I pick these players. Okay, let's have a look then. So as you can see, I've got 2 David Roof. Now they've got a good fixture as well by the looks of things, but I do want to be using David Roof ideally in my All-Star team, one of them anyway, in my All-Star team. So looking at it, it looks like he's one of the best choice goalkeepers this week. Now I've also got 2 Asia goalkeepers as well. I've got Rung Song here, who's got a decent fixture. Weir though, and I've got Sejena. So Sejena is the one that I'm likely going to be using in my Asia lineup, because I have got Fukumori, who also plays for Consadole Sapporo. So I want to link him up with Sejena there in the defensive stack. So I've got Rung Song to use potentially in my specialist team or my all-star team. Now I can also consider David Roof for my limited team, my Challenger limited team as well. But I think in this instance I am going to go with Rung Song in goal here. And then I'm going to have David Roof in my Challenger team and my all-star team as well. So I'm going to go Rung Song in the goalkeeper slot, so we'll put him in there. Now defender, I'm going to have a look at the under 40 players first of all, just to see what options I've got available, and look at the odds as well for those players. So let's have a look then. So under 40 players, so we've got Lena here, that could be a good option. Mönchengladbach are away to Frankfurt, but Lena's capable of getting an assist potentially. Jesus Navas as well, but they've got a hard fixture against Villarreal. Got Sifsi here at home, so that could be a potential option, although they are playing Kasimpasa, and Maleka obviously plays for them. He's on fantastic form at the minute, so I'm guessing he's probably going to continue that and potentially score in this game, so that's going to get rid of the clean sheets points for Sifsi. He doesn't really do much else, to be honest, so he's going to need probably an assist or the clean sheet points to get a good score. Let's just show the L15 scores here as well, just so I can get an idea of what some of these players have been scoring recently. So as you can see, Sifsi did get a 60 in the last game. I don't know if he's got an assist there potentially. He is certainly capable of getting an assist or getting a high score. Like I say, I think he's going to need the clean sheet points though to bump him up those points. And I've got a feeling Maleka is going to continue his fantastic goal scoring form for Kasimpasa. So I've got Magasov here. Now he's a recent signing that I've just made recently actually. He's on fantastic form as you can see from his last 3 games. He's been getting goals and assists, and he's actually a defender, but he's actually been playing quite an attacking role down the right wing, I believe. So he's been getting forward quite a lot, but they have got a difficult fixture away to CSKA Moscow. That is the only drawback there. Now I've got Pinisakol here, they're away to Altay, so that could be a potential option. 36% chance. As you can see, he's been doing well recently as well, so he could be an option there. So defender wise, looks like I've got a few choices there. Now my favourite is probably more inclined to go with Lena, because I do like him, and he does play quite far forward as well for Mönchengladbach, so he could be a definite option there. But let's just have a look at the midfielder options in terms of the L15 average of 14 the last 15 players. So I've got Tomasi here, potentially. Not really scored any fantastic scores though for quite some time. Pochettino, I don't know if he's going to start this game. Probably not. It's probably going to be a sub. Han's got a very difficult fixture there. And some of these other players are not really first choice players. So it's looking very slim in terms of midfielders. So let's have a look at the forwards. These Goza. Hard fixture though. It's not certain to start either. Caruso playing the last match in the CONCACAF Champions League. So I don't know if he's going to start this game. De Boer could potentially start this one. It's not the easiest fixture, but he is potentially due a goal. Started the last 3, as you can see. He's not scored though, but he is certainly capable of scoring. So that could be a potential option. So yeah, I think it's gonna. I think I'm gonna go with Lena in the defensive slot. Although I have got Coopers as well. I've got Coopers here, 29% chance. He's been scoring well as well recently. But I could obviously use him in my underdog team if needed. I do like Lena. He's a very good player. I think he's got a good chance of getting a potentially good score in this game as well. So I will go with Lena there in the defender slot. And in terms of the forward, I'm going to go with Debar. So I do think he's got a good chance of getting a goal here. There he is, against Leverkusen, who seem to be leaking goals recently. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I think that's looking fairly good considering these two are 40 or below players. These two have got the quality to get some decent scores. Okay then, in midfield, let's have a look who we've got available in midfield slot then. So obviously I can pick a couple of really good players now here in these final 2 slots. But I do need to keep in mind obviously my other teams as well in terms of the limited lineups. So Carles Gil is obviously a very good option, but I would rather use him in my all-star team potentially. Mihailovic could be an option. He's been scoring absolutely fantastically recently. Alberto as well. Got a pretty easy fixture there. Lodiro, but he's not got the easiest fixture. Arnold's not got an easy fixture either. Got Sven Combs here. He could be a really good option. He obviously plays for Ghent, so I might want to link him up with my Ghent's goalkeeper potentially in the challenger team. So let's have a look who else we've got. Rakitic is a potential option, not the easiest game though. Jin Ho, this could be one. Although I might want to use him in my Asia team, of course. Harakawa as well. So I've got a few Asian midfielder options there that I could potentially use in this side. Dela Cruz is an option, potentially. Got Kaneko as well there. So there's a few options there. Let's just scroll to the bottom. So there's a few options there for sure. So, now Gil, I do really want to use him for my all-star. I might need Mihailovic in my America side. Alberto could be an option. Or Jinho and Harakawa as well could also be another option. I think I'm actually going to go with Jinho here in my midfield slot because Harakawa can go into my Asia team. And I've got, of course, Jinho I think looks a really solid option here for the midfield slot. So I'm going to put him in. And the extra slot then, so obviously this could be a forward as well. So I'm going to look at the forwards that I've got available. So I've got Maleka, who's obviously been on fantastic form recently. He could be slotted there. Malco I want to use for my all-star ideally. Cecina seems to be in and out of the team at the minute. Bergwus, he should start. I don't know if it's a certainty though, whether he's going to start or not. Bagoza and Jin and Min Kyo I'll want to use for my Asia team, obviously with using Jinho. Sobolov, he's potential. Got 2 of him as well. Away to Aral. Dzuba, I don't know if he's going to play. He's just come back from an injury. Sane has been a sub recently and has been absolutely rubbish. Ever since I won him finishing 3rd place, which was here, he's been absolutely rubbish since I've won him, so that's not good, is it? Tough choice here. I've got a few options actually. Arut has been doing well recently. On to LA Galaxy, so he could potentially get on the score sheet, but he seems a bit, I don't know, I feel like I need to use a really good player in this slot here. Now Sobolov, what about Sobolov? Maybe he's an option. He has been playing well recently as well. Now Steven Bergwuz is also obviously an option as well. We've not got the easiest fixture there, have they, away to AZ. He was on the bench in the last game as well, Bergwuz, but you would have thought he'd start this game though. I could potentially go with Maleka here. Maybe I should go with Maleka. But I have got 2 Sobolovs, as you can see. I'm gonna go with Sobolov. I'm gonna put Sobolov in this final slot. Put Sobolov in there we go. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty solid on paper, really. These two are certainly capable of getting a good score. Jin Ho is obviously fantastic, and Sobolov is on fantastic form at the minute. Hopefully Sung Ryong can keep a clean sheet as well. So I think this is looking pretty solid. So let's go ahead and confirm that. Now let's move on to my underdog team then. So the criteria for this is average of 45 or below for all players. So in terms of goalkeeper then, I've only got really 3 options. Tani I'm going to be using for my under 23 team, so he's out of the question. So we've got Silva Lung or Luemberg. Now I think it's probably going to look like Luemberg is going to be the choice here at home to Sparta. We'll just head over to the lineup builder again. Just look at the odds there for Luemberg. So it's 48% chance of winning for them. And I think he's got a very good chance of getting a clean sheet against a 17th place Sparta. Lung have got a difficult game and can't keep a clean sheet to save their life. So I am going to go with Luemberg in there. Easy choice. Now we've got the defenders next. So we've got a few options here. Again, I will head over to the lineup builder to help me out in terms of the odds. So let's have a look then. So Winsdal falls into that criteria, but he's got a very hard game at home to Ajax. Got Hasusi, it's unsure whether he's going to start though, so I don't want to risk that. We've got Omsberg here, who was a reward I believe. He is starting, but they've not got the easiest game either. We've got Park So too, but I don't fancy him really here. Away to Pohang. Christian Gunter, now he's always a good option. And they've got a good fixture as well actually against Union Berlin. Been fantastic for me in this division recently, as you can see, 74 and 70. So I think he's looking very promising here. At home as well. Sandro could be an option because Pellegrini, who usually plays on the left back role, is actually injured I believe in a recent training session. So Sandro could get his chance to shine here. So he could definitely be an option. Sifsi is one as well, but I don't really fancy him that much. This guy's been a sub mostly here, as you can see. Coopers is also a decent option as well, but I think the standout here is Christian Gunter for Freiburg. So I am going to go with him. Christian Gunter there in that slot. So midfielders then. Let's go back to the lineup builder again. So let's have a look at what we've got here. So we've got Hang Sung-gyu, who's not been doing too bad. Not got the easiest game there though. This guy's been injured, but I think he is actually due back soon. But I don't know if he's going to play this game. It's a difficult fixture anyway. Sakine, it's been pretty rubbish. Ah Hyun Boon, he's not done too bad. 60 in his last game. Plays for Jeju United, of course. So that could be a potential option. Now, Sarri, this is an interesting one. He actually scored and got an assist in the last game, I believe. They've got a 55% chance of winning against bottom side Yeni. So I think Sarri might be an outside pick here, you know. Let's have a look at the other options. So not many other options really to speak of that really stand out. So I think it's between Sarri, Hyun Boom, potentially Sung Gyai, but I think Sarri is the standout here. Outsider pick as well. I don't think many people will have him, and I do like the stats of this guy. That is why I picked him up initially around 3-4 months ago. So he's looking a good option there. Now, forward position then. Let's have a look. So again, go back up to the 45 or below in the last 15. So we've got Djouba. I don't think he's going to start this game though. He has been injured recently. He could come off the bench and score though. You never know with Djouba. Sane, I don't think he's going to start this game. He's not predicted to anyway and has been atrocious recently. Alexis Sanchez, probably sub. Kato, look, could be a potential option. He's not scored recently. Could be due a goal here. He's not scored in the last 3, so maybe he could be a potential pick. Nemeka, although they've got a difficult fixture away to Cologne, so I don't really fancy him that much, to be honest. Carosa, De Boer, I've already got him in the other team. Not many other options are standing out here, so potentially Kato here. Although Sane, if he does start that game, or Djouba even, they're certainly capable of getting a goal. So it's Djouba, Sane, or Kato. Now on paper, Sane would look absolutely brilliant, but like I say, he's not been starting the games recently, and he's not predicted to start this game either. But then picking Sane could be a long shot that pays off. Especially if he plays, because this is an easy fixture for Bayern. He might get his opportunity to start in this game potentially. I think Thomas Muller's injured as well, so maybe there's a place in the lineup for Sané. And if he's to have him in your underdog team, it looks good on paper. So you know what? I'm really tempted to take the risk with him. You know, I am actually tempted to take a risk with Sané in that slot there. I have got Keita, of course, but if Sané can get his act together, it could be a really good shout. This. I'm gonna go with Sané. Here. Big risk, but if he does score or get an assist, that's going to be a good score for an underdog side, for sure. So, let's have a look at the extra slot then. So, we'll go back to the lineup builder again. We'll filter this by the extra slot, and we'll just run through the players. I think I know roughly what players I've got here. So, let's have a look then. So, the 45 or below ones then. So, Dzuba again is a potential option. I think he is back from his injury now. He did come on as a sub in the last game, as you can see. So he might be an option. Just going down the list quickly here. Sanchez, he won't start that game, I wouldn't have thought. Keita is another option again. At home. I don't maybe fancy Keita actually. But Sandro is an outside pick as well, like I've said. He could start that match. Nemeka, maybe he could get the score sheet here. 20% chance of that happening there. Oh, well, 20% chance of them having a chance of winning that game. Navas, not got the easiest fixture. Don't really want to be picking a defender anyway for this final slot, in all honesty. So I think I'm going to go with Keita in that final slot, you know. Makes sense to go with forward because they don't need to bag a goal or get an assist. And they're going to obviously get a good score with potentially 60 plus. So, again, this looks on paper solid. I am going to take the big risk with Sané, put him as captain as well. Obviously, this is a potential differential that other managers potentially won't have in the lineup or don't want to risk playing Sané. But I'm going to go with him. Hopefully he can turn his fortunes round at Bayern Munich, get a goal or assist. That's all I ask for. Can't be that difficult in an easy fixture. Okay, we'll go ahead and confirm that then. So that is my two teams sorted at last. Did take a while. That's why I'm only doing these two teams in this lineup builder videos now, because picking all the rest of the teams would be here all day. So if we just go to my teams, as you can see, the Specialist Limited team looks like this. So Sung Ryong in goal, Lane in defence, Jinho in midfield, Debo up front and Sobolov up front as well. And in the Limited Underdog team, we've got Luenberg in goal, Gunter in defence, Sarri in midfield, Captain Sané, bit of a risk, and Keita as well. Look to have an easy fixture at home to Jubilee Wata. So I think on paper, again, these teams look absolutely fantastic. Hopefully they can do the business for me in the upcoming game week. I hope you guys have got some good lineups as well coming up for this game week 268. If you do not have any injury issues or anything like that for these players that I've selected today, do let me know in the comment section below. I'd really appreciate that. And if you did like this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And you can also become a member of this YouTube channel now by clicking that join button below, or become a patron of Sorare Assist for weekly player scouting and exclusive videos. You can head over to Patreon to check that out. Again, a link in the description below, and of course there's a link in the description to sign up to Sorare if you've not done that yet, to get a free limited card and 13 common cards. Also, it's worth checking out some free resources as well on SorareAssist.com. Again, link in the description. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.